I'm just gonna use this toothbrush since.
Oh my gosh, she does it with a toothbrush?
Rub my face off. It's about to happen.
Aloha everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hiram. If you don't know who I am, my name is Hiram and I'm passionate about teaching you how to perfect your skincare routine. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. I am unreasonably excited for this video. Literally, as soon as I saw it pop up on my YouTube feed, I was like, bitch. Almost knocked over my mic. This is a sign from the quads. I have to react to this. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to YouTuber Jessica Kent's prison skincare routine. Yes. You heard that right. Skincare routine in prison. As soon as I saw the title, the first thought that came into my mind was how fucking badass. Honestly, a skincare routine in prison, badass. I don't even know how to introduce this because I literally don't even know the premise of the video, what's going to happen in the video. I just knew deep down in my soul that I am supposed to react to this video. I'm nervous about this one. Out of all of my reaction videos I've done, this will probably be the most bizarre video I've ever reacted to, and that includes 5-minute crafts. Who knows, this could be an insightful learning opportunity for us. I have no idea. So let's get into it. If you don't know me, I am a skincare specialist. That is the official title of my position at the skincare company that I work for. I am not, however, a licensed esthetician or a dermatologist, nor do I ever claim to be one or no more than either of them. If you do have any concerns with your skin, please go see your esthetician or dermatologist to get that shit treated. This is all just for fun and information's sake. Oh, by the way, do you guys like my new print? I think it's so pretty. Just a little new Hawaii-ass type of deal. It's made by Nick Kuchar. I'll put his link in the description box below. I love his work. I forgot me headphones.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. As you can tell by the title, we're gonna be doing, that was my drum roll, prison skincare routine. Now, this is the routine that I did while I was serving time in prison. There were different variations of this routine that I'm about to show you. For those of you that don't know, I have served time in prison on a couple of occasions. I'm a recovering drug addict with over 8 years of sobriety. I've been out of prison for 6, and I've been off of parole for like 2 and change.
Good for her. That's so awesome to hear. Oftentimes people can be put in jail or prison for things like drug abuse. And not to get too political, but let's just say the USA prison system doesn't do a good job of actually trying to help the prisoners change. So when I see people like her that had that experience before, but now completely sober, off parole, and creating a YouTube channel, I think that's so freaking cool. Oh, by the way, I'll put her channel and video link in the description box below if you guys do want to check out or subscribe to her. She seems like she has a really interesting story.
I am in no way making light of going to prison. I'm only doing this video because so many of you guys requested it, and it's fun, and sometimes I do fun, entertaining videos, and yeah. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Oh my I'm so fucking dead. Talk about glamour shot, just casually posing in front of policemen arresting someone like. Did you get my right angle? If that's real, oh my god, that is, I'm hoping that was set up and not actually real, but still iconic.
First thing in the morning, you would wash your face. Now, in the street, we have all different kinds of face wash. I use the Purity Cleanser or CeraVe from the drugstore. I love those. Those are my favorite. And then I will normally use an exfoliator, and we'll get there.
Okay, at first I thought she said she had access to CeraVe in prison. I'm like, what prison were you in? That's freaking awesome. But still, good skincare choice, girl. I approve of CeraVe.
But all you would have was water. So, okay, I'm gonna wash my face. Now, I did just wash my hands before I sat down. Relax. It's cold. Oh my god, it's cold. Reminds me of jail. So you really just, all you have is water, and you really just want to make sure that your eyes are, you know, not crusty. And we would have washcloths like this in prison. Everyone gets a towel and a washcloth. Do you get more than one? Do you get more than one towel? No.
I can tell this bitch has reactive skin just like me because literally the second she touched her face, it was just like, huh, redness. And that's me too. Anytime I just like scratch my face or touch it, people are always like, oh my god, what happened to your face? Do you have a bruise? And I'm like, that's just my skin being a bitch. So I'm not super surprised when I hear this because I'm just gonna say the elephant in the room. When it comes to treatment of prisoners and people in jail, they don't have access to the same things that we do. And specifically beauty products, I will actually link a few videos below talking about the power of makeup and how it's inspiring needed confidence in prisoners. When it comes to beauty products, they are in high demand at prisons and jails. And it can really do a lot to boost the confidence of the people there who, you know, desperately need it. Now, saying this when it comes to water by itself, typically the pH of water is right at about 7, which is a little bit more alkaline than our skin. Our skin is usually about from a 4 to a 5, I would say. So when using water on your face, it does have a very minimal cleansing ability. Now, it doesn't even compare to a regular cleanser. No, not really. But at the same time, time, most of the people in the prisons and jails won't be wearing makeup on a day-to-day basis, and they're usually inside all day, so they won't need to use a sunscreen or they won't have access to a sunscreen. So water by itself can be a fine cleanser. I would say it's only problematic if you do have more combination to oily skin, because those are the people that need cleanser the most, just because the skin is overproducing. But if you have dry skin, actually a lot of people choose to not use cleansers and to only cleanse with water, because sometimes cleansers can have overly stripping effects. I guess the good thing about this routine is that she definitely won't be overly stripping her skin. That's for sure, but my heart still does ache a little bit knowing that she wasn't able to use the cleanser, because I love my cleansers so much. But this isn't terrible and I'm not super upset by it.
It's really important that your skin is very, very dry. And I'm gonna show you the first technique for exfoliating your skin. So you are able to have bar soap in prison, and obviously because you need to wash your body, but I would wash my face with this only once a day. But if I'm exfoliating, I would just use water just to start with.
I am not super surprised to hear that, to be freaking honest. I mean, hey, if you don't have access to a cleanser, the natural next step would be to use a body soap. And I did like that she said she only went in with that once a day, not twice a day, because I think using a body soap on your face will definitely overly strip your face if you were to use it twice a day. But once a day isn't too terrible. Again, I'm not super mad at this. We have to consider the circumstances and that they don't have access to the same things that we do. So I don't think that's a terrible move. I am also not one to judge, because I used to use the 3-in-1 body wash, and I don't have an excuse like jail, so she's already doing way better than me.
And once my face is very, very dry, like has to be super, super dry. I haven't exfoliated for a few days just so I could show you guys this. You take a toothbrush.
Oh my God.
And you use circular motions
on
your face. Now, if your face is super dry and jails and prisons have really hard water, like I can already see some, you guys are not gonna be able to see. I can see some dry skin flaking off of my face. Now, this looks insane, but it works, and your skin feels so smooth after this. So, as crazy as this looks, it really did work. I remember the first girl that showed me this, I must have looked like a crusty mess. And she's like, girl, your skin is so dry, come here. And we would get free toothbrushes. They were very small, they were white toothbrushes, or like cream color from the state. They're called issuance. So like issuance would be a roll of toilet paper.
That's valuable property right now, girl.
A tiny little thing of bar soap, which can be made into so many things. Y'all don't even wanna know. And a toothbrush and a little thing of glue. I mean toothpaste. And that would be your issuance.
Wow, okay, I am blown away. I mean, I should have expected it, but I really did not expect for her to use a toothbrush to exfoliate her skin. That's really intense. And for anyone who's watching at home, do not fucking do this. I know she said that it works really well, but let's consider the circumstances once again. A toothbrush is a form of physical exfoliant, and some people could say, well, it's similar to like a cleansing brush, but the difference is in how tough the bristles are, and I would guess that the state issued toothbrushes that they were given were probably not the ultra soft, really gentle brushes. They were probably really stiff, really abrasive, and honestly would wreak havoc on my skin. But it's interesting that she said it did work so well for her, considering that her skin was really crusty and dry, and that this made a significant difference. But I guess if her skin is completely dry and the brush is completely dry, it can be similar to like a form of dry brushing. Now, this is definitely super intense and could definitely cause like a lot of irritation if you do have sensitive skin. But again, what other options did they have? But whew, she is a trooper. But good on the other person that was with her who showed her that trick. Girls watching out for girls. We love to see it. I think this does bring up an important note though of what most prisoners are given access to while in prison and their treatment there. So the fact that she only got, you know, a toothbrush, toothpaste, and a bar of soap, pretty revealing of what the treatment is like. I mean, I have a family friend who spent a good amount of time in prison, and the stories that he would tell about the way that he was treated were just so horrific to me. And in addition to that, my sister had the opportunity of going to a variety of prisons to understand the way that prisoners were treated on a day-to-day basis, and it just opened my eyes to a lot of the issues. And I know I'm on a tangent, but I know someone's going to be commenting down below saying like, they deserve it because they broke the law. Let me remind you of the disproportionate number of people of color that are imprisoned every single day and remain in prison with inhumane treatment when it was not justified, and the legal premises of their sentence has been reversed. But I'm not going to get into that. Whew, we're getting real controversial, Hiram.
If I was in county jail and I had time to do the whole routine, I would also work on my eyebrows before I put anything else on my face. The way that we would do eyebrows is with string. I'm not sure if you guys can see. So we would use string and we would thread our eyebrows, and it works so good. So
good.
I would definitely touch up my eyebrows in the morning and just come underneath and over the top.
I actually get my eyebrows threaded. I mean, I know you guys can't tell with how ratchet they're looking right now. Busted ass quarantine eyebrows. Threading is actually my favorite way of getting my brows done. If you haven't tried threading, I highly recommend it. It's life-changing.
Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make a face scrub. Zoom you guys out a little bit.
Oh my god. Wait. She just went in with a toothbrush. Why did she need to use a face scrub? She already exfoliated. What is she doing? Ugh, Hiram, just continue.
How do we make a face scrub? With coffee.
God damn it.
With coffee grounds. Now, I was on the Ulta website and I actually saw a coffee scrub the other day and I thought, oh, what? We did this in jail. I'm just gonna use this toothbrush since
oh my gosh, she does it with a toothbrush?
Rub my face all over it. So with just a little bit of water.
Oh my god.
That looks disgusting. And it's probably too much water, so let me get more coffee grounds in here.
Oh, stop touching my face.
You want coffee grounds that are really coarse so that when you do apply it to your face and you look crazy for a second, you can really kind of, you know, scrub off that stuff. Sugar can also be used as an exfoliant. You do what you gotta do, man.
Okay, girl, I have to disagree on this. So she went in with the toothbrush before, which is automatically going to have some physical exfoliation ability. That's enough. In my opinion, that's all you should be doing. Coffee scrubs are, in my opinion, some of the worst products out there in skincare. It's just because coffee does not break down with water. It's really harsh on the skin. It's not even in the individual grain size, which means some grains can be bigger or smaller, and when you push them into your skin, it can actually lead to sensitivity, irritation, inflammation, long-term damage in the skin, which is why I never recommend a coffee scrub. But what really shocked me is that she goes in with a toothbrush to do that. Can I get an over exfoliation in the house? And I totally understand her saying you do what you gotta do, but you don't have to do that. Either one by itself will be just enough.
So I know a lot of people would apply a little bit of melted bar soap into their exfoliant.
Oh, that's creative.
Super easy to do. You just take a few slivers of bar soap and you put it in here. I'm not gonna break this apart right now. You know, for the point of the video, this will still work to make my point here. But a lot of people would put all different kinds of things: coffee, sugar, bar soap, a little bit of lotion so that your skin isn't super, super dry. But I always just did like a really simple coffee, little bit of soap and water, and use that to scrub my face. And I know you guys are like, oh my God, you're putting coffee on your face. I have really sensitive skin and I've never broken out from this. So that is good news.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it when people say that. No disrespect to her, but I cannot stand it when people say that. Well, it worked for me, so it must be fine for everyone. That is a prime example of anecdotal evidence, and anecdotal evidence is not pure evidence. Just because it works for someone does not mean that it will work for the majority of people. And I will definitely say, with my experience in the industry, the majority of time, people are overly exfoliating their skin whenever they use a scrub. But that being said, I'm glad her skin never freaked out while she was in prison, and I hope that she's also using a better skincare routine now. But I will say, adding a few slivers of soap into it is not a terrible idea, because you can kind of combine your cleanser and your exfoliating together like once a week or twice a week. And that way the grains have a little bit more slip when applying it onto your skin, so you're not, you know, harshly dragging it across your skin.
It's about to happen. I would just use my hands. Yeah.
Okay, yes, please. Thank God. Oh,
And I would just do it circular motions. I'm sorry, but I've just never looked more beautiful than I look right now.
I hate watching people apply coffee scrubs. It just makes me cringe. Everything in me just wants to reach through the skin and be like, girl, what are you doing? Oh, my charm fell off my bracelet. So I was being too gay and flinging my hands around too much. There we go.
A lot of people just didn't care if their skin was dry or not, but it really did bother me because I'm super, super dry. So I'm gonna go wet my washcloth and take this off of my face. I'll be right back. So now I have half of the washcloth wet and half of the washcloth dry. Zoom you in. Now, so
this is gonna be
what
bad.
I would do is I would just wipe it off, just like that, and rinse off the coffee in the sink. I don't have a mirror, so I'm having to use the viewfinder.
Well, you know, she is being a little gentle, so that's good, kind of. I'm really trying to find something good here. Two different things I have to say. One common misconception that people have is that they'll see that their skin is really dry or flaky and they're like, I have to go in with a scrub or a really intense exfoliant to get rid of all that dead skin. And that is a huge misconception and can actually lead to more dry skin, more flakiness. A lot of times, usually really dry and flaky skin is just representative of you not moisturizing your skin enough. And it's better to go in with a really gentle exfoliant while amping up the moisture level to the max instead of going in with a really powerful exfoliant. Because when it comes to people with oily skin, their skin is producing so much sebum every single day that it basically creates like this layer of sebum across their face that can, yes, be effectively removed with a powerful exfoliant or a scrub, I guess. People with dry skin don't have that much sebum built up on their skin, so they're the most at risk for over exfoliating. The second thing is that she uses a towel to remove the coffee scrubs. I don't like that because you're further drying it across your skin and the towel itself has a little bit of physical exfoliation with it. So it's just, again, putting your skin through too much. I recommend splashing your face with water because that's the best way to just remove all the scrub remains from your face without further exfoliating. But anyway, moving on.
Now that that is off of my face, I take the dry side and just dry my face. And that is our coffee scrub. I'm not gonna lie, my face feels really soft. Now, I would never do this unless it was for you guys.
That's good. I'm glad she's changed it up since then. But nobody do this. For real, do not.
Then, it is not over. This train wreck is not over, ladies and gentlemen. No, it is not. So we would then put lotion on our face. Now, you're not gonna get a Vino lotion in prison. You're gonna get something called lotion. And it is in a tiny bottle that kind of looks like this baby powder container, but a little bit smaller and kind of round. And it just says lotion on it. Or you could get cocoa butter, which I love cocoa butter, which that was also very helpful when I was pregnant in prison as well. So I would use cocoa butter.
Man, I'm gonna have to watch more of her videos because her story sounds fascinating. Pregnant in prison? Girl, that is intense. She seems like she has a fascinating personal history. I want to learn all about it.
To lotion my body with, but cocoa butter does kind of make me break out. So I was just very lucky that the prison lotion didn't make my skin break out. So we would go in with our moisturizer.
I would love to know what the ingredient list of the lotion that they use in prison is, because I'm sure it's very bare bones, basic, simple, but oftentimes that can be some of the best skincare out there. Just the most simple, basic, irritant-free skincare. So I wish I knew what was in it.
My skin actually feels so freaking soft right now. That's crazy. So once the lotion kind of sinks into my skin, I'm gonna go in with something else because I didn't like how shiny my face was all the time. So I'm just gonna wait a few minutes for the lotion to kind of just, you know, absorb into my skin. It has been a couple of minutes. Now I only did this in like county jail if I was going out to the hallway and I was gonna see some guys, y'all know what I mean? I hated how shiny and red my face was, but I would just take a little bit of powder. And I would just put it right in my T-zone where I get oily. And I swear to you, this just kept me dry throughout the day. And I know it sounds confusing that I have dry skin, but I guess technically I have combination skin because my T-zone gets kind of oily, which I think is pretty common, but I would just put that all in my T-zone.
Same.
So that it could reduce a little bit of the redness and a little bit of the oil. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we do skincare in prison.
I know some makeup artists would be like rolling over in their grave if they heard that, but I'm not too mad at it because baby powder essentially operates the same way makeup does, but it can also be a lot less irritating than standard makeup because it is formulated for babies. It just sits on the surface of the skin and helps to absorb excess oils. Nearly every time I film, I do put a little powder on my face to make sure I'm not super oily and shiny in these lights because it's really intense. And with the amount that she was probably using, I don't think it would be super problematic for the skin like it would be removing standard makeup where you have a bunch of layers on. So yeah, I'm not upset at it.
People in prison are so clever and they're so innovative and they can do so much with so little. Just because they made a mistake and they're behind bars does not mean that they're dumb, doesn't mean they're not creative, doesn't mean they're not good people, it doesn't mean they're not talented. I've seen some of the most talented people behind bars and quite often they're forgot about. And I just want to throw in here that half of all incarcerated people are serving time on a non-violent drug offense.
Yes.
A lot of people are in there because trauma led to a drug addiction. So I want to encourage all of you to be a little bit more understanding and a little bit more kind when topics of prison reform come up.
Yes, I am so glad she said it. She was literally saying exactly what I wanted to say. There is a lot of social education that needs to be spread about prisoners, why they're serving, the treatment of people in prison. And what she said was exactly my thought process. She was saying half of people serving time are nonviolent drug offenses. And a lot of times what leads to the drug addiction itself, people coming upon really hard times in life or past childhood trauma, life experiences that so many of us would never even dream of having to go through. And that's not even mentioning the amount of people of color that are currently still serving time for marijuana charges in states where marijuana is now legalized. If you want to get me riled up about something, whoo! But yes, I'm so glad she said that, and I love that she's making these types of YouTube videos because it helps people understand and become a little bit more empathetic of the treatment that prisoners have to go through. Well, thoughts and opinions. Wow, I just have to say that was so cool and so different from what I normally react to on my channel, but really insightful as well. And I know some of you guys are watching like, Hiram, your reaction wasn't even that bad. You didn't even trash it that much. Let me explain, bitch. I get upset when I see people who have access to incredible skincare products at stores nearby them or online, instead going out and finding these DIY skincare tricks when they could have easily been really helping the health of their skin by using the incredible selection of products that they have. When you're in a prison or jail, you don't have access to that, so you make do with what you have. And I think it's cool that even in that setting, she was taking the time to really take care of her skin, which is why even though I personally disagree with the methods that she was using, I still think it's great that she was trying to take care of her skin and that she's sharing it with us now. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. This one kind of, revealed a little bit more of my opinions on social topics, so definitely a different style of video, but I'm really glad that I kind of went that direction because I think there's a bigger conversation that needs to be had there. Do you have any personal stories or similar experiences where you had to use crazy things for skincare? I want to hear about it. Don't forget to subscribe to my second YouTube channel called Selfless, where I help empower you to make a difference in the world just from your phone. I'll put the link below. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah.